So now let's get started with the specific rules which we will be using to change different kinds of sentences from direct speech to indirect speech. First one will be your simple sentences, assertive sentences. The very first one is assertive sentence. We all know that assertive sentences are those sentences which simply declare about a something or a simple statement. For example, my name is Nisha, a simple sentence, right? So now comes the rules for changing a simple assertive sentence. Different rules are there according to the different situation. The very first rule is, if your reported speech is declaring a universal truth or a habitual action, then the tense of the sentence will not be changed. Usually universal truths are always in present tense, so the present tense will be same in the reported speech itself. What are universal truths? Those are the truths which cannot be changed, right, which cannot be edited, that will remain same. So its tense will also be same. Consider an example. He said, the sun sets in the west. Now see here, this very reported speech is representing a universal truth. It is always like that, it will be always like that, so its tense will not be changed. What will be the only changes? The specific ones. That conjunction will be used while changing a sentence from direct speech to indirect, and the pronouns will be changed according to the subject itself. So how it will be? He said that the sun sets in the west. See, he said that the sun sets in the west. How we have changed it? The entire reported speech has been same over there, only the changes had been here in that. And please do remember the two general rules, when we are supposed to apply the changes and when we are not supposed to apply the changes. Here it was said, your reported verb was said, so the changes will be there in the reported speech. There will be two things which you need to see while changing a sentence from direct speech to indirect. First one is your reported verb. Here, this very section, your reported verb. It will tell you whether you are required to change the reported speech or not. Then comes the tense which has been used in the reported speech. That will help you to change it accordingly as per the rules we have studied. So please do take care of these two things, how you are supposed to apply the changes. Then comes the very next one is if it is also expressing an expression of morality, then also your tense will not be changed. Next comes the second kind, interrogatives. What are interrogative sentences? We all know that interrogatives asks a question, right? So in this sentences also there will be two types of different rules which we are going to study. The first one will be for the questions which will be having an answer in yes or no, and the second one will be for the WH questions. The questions which are beginning with the words which are starting with WH, what, where, why and so on. So rules will be accordingly. The first one is sentences that are having questions that can be answered in yes or no. Now please do remember in this, when we are going to learn about different kinds of sentences over there, different changes will be there. In the simple sentences we were using the very conjunction that. In this we will be using the very conjunctions if or whether, depending upon the situation of the sentence itself. So the first one is use conjunction if or whether in place of that. See the example. She asked me, do you like coffee? Sorry, do you like tea or coffee? So now have you noticed that in this very section, instead of the very word said, they have used the very word asked. Why so? Because in questions it is always used this very reported word, that is asked, or in some cases we can also use inquired. So either of the word will be used over here, and here it is the very reported speech is asking a question, do you like tea or coffee? Your answer will be ultimately in yes or no, right? So in this very situation you are supposed to use two words over there which will be used in place of that, that is if or whether, and the other changes of the tense of the sentence will remain same. The general rules will be same, applicable to all the sentences. How it will be changed? She asked me whether I liked tea or coffee. Now please do remember these different changes which we have done while changing it. First is your reported verb is changed in interrogative sentences. Instead of say or said, it is asked. Then if or whether in place of that. Other changes are accordingly, it was in present tense, so it has been, it was in present tense, so it has been changed into past tense. Other general rules will be same, only the changes which are required for the different types of sentences will be done. Now next comes the second caution, where we are supposed to use the sentences which are beginning with WH words over there. What are those WH words different? Why, where, when, so on. in these very WH words, what will be the another different change? Instead of that, we will be using the WH word itself over there. It will not be changed in indirect speech. It will remain where it was already. See the example. He said to her, what do you want? How it will be changed? He asked her, it will be same, what she wanted. And please do remember this, in interrogative sentences, when we are going to change the sentence into indirect speech, caution mark will be changed with the period over there, a full stop will be used over there, caution mark will not be used. Now comes the very third category, where your questions are beginning with the helping verbs over there, will, shall, all those very helping verbs. Then how we are supposed to change those? See the example. When shall I know the result of the election? Ram asked. In these very cases, first of all, we have to identify the situation which they have asked over there. It can be an advice, it can be a suggestion. So accordingly, our reported verb will change as per the situation and the word sentences over there. How it will be changed? Ram asked, and here also W word is used. It will not be changed, it will remain same at that very position. Ram asked when he would know the result of the election. See here, we were using the very word shall over there. It is generally changed into would over there, should or would, depending upon the sentence. But generally, when we have given shall in the sentence over there, it will be changed into would as per the rule. Now comes the very next kind of the sentences, exclamatory sentences. So in order to change those sentences, what we are supposed to do? For example, according to the situation, if that will be a command or it will be a request, your reported verbs will be changed into the very words commanded or requested as per the situation given. See the sentence, when an offer is made, shall we meet again tomorrow? he said. How it will be? It's just a suggestion. How it will be? He suggested. He suggested to meet again the next day. Now please do remember, this is the situation which was just as a suggestion. He was suggesting that they should meet tomorrow. Most probably there will be the sentences which will have exclamatory words over there also, like hurrah, bravo. So those will be changed according to those words. Hurrah is used for appreciation, so instead of suggested it will be appreciated, right? Similarly, and the other changes will remain same as we have been changing it through the general rules over there. Now see the next very kind. Imperatives. Now what are the imperative sentences? The imperative sentences are those sentences which will give you a direct command or a request, right? All those sentences, what will be the general rule for those sentences? Instead of that, we will be using the infinitives to, and instead of that very reported verb, as for example say or said, it will be requested or commanded as per the situation which is given in the sentence. See this? What we will use? The conjunction to will be used instead of that. Use conjunction to instead of that. Then there will be the negative commands over there which will be having negation in it, like for example, do not go there, right? A negation is there. Then in those very cases we will be using infinitive to as well as that, depending upon the situation. Those will be reported by infinitive to plus the negation in it, the not over there. When in indirect speech, expressions of command requests, advice, are used, then accordingly we will be using the reported verb as per the, here I am going to write reported verb as RV, commanded or requested as per the tense of the sentence over there. See the example. She requested, sorry, not requested, she said to Ramu, please bring my book. So here from this very word, please itself, it is very much clear that she is requesting that very person. So instead of this reported verb, what will we be using? She requested. It was in past tense, so your reported verb here will be in the past. She requested Ramu. Then instead of that we will be using the conjunction to. She requested Ramu to bring, and instead of my, your pronoun will be related to she, it will be her. Bring her book. That's all. Only if we are going to follow each and every single step while changing different sentences, we will be able to change it without confusions over there. Let's consider one another example where there is a negation used in a sentence. The teacher said to Hari, don't write on the table. How it will be changed? It can be, she is not allowing that very person to write on the table. She is forbidding that very person. So we can use the word forbid also, and similarly it can be an instruction also. So as per the statement, we can choose the words which will depict the particular situation over there. So we can use anyone. The teacher forbade Hari to write on the table. Now see why we have not used this very don't in our indirect speech over there, because forbade meaning itself is very clear that he is not supposed to do that very work. Negation came in this very word itself, and if in case we were going to write the instructed, then we could have used negation over there. See this, the teacher instructed Hari not to write on the table. Likewise we can change, but the condition is we can't change the meaning of the sentence, that has to be same. Now let's consider the one of the most important example of these imperative sentences which usually comes, that is with the let. When your subject is not clear over there, let is used to represent three different things, we can say suggestion also as well as advice also. So it will depend upon the situation how that sentence is declaring that. For example, let is used to express suggestions. For example, see this, he said, let's leave the bag at the hotel. How it can be? It is used as a suggestion, so instead of that very reported verb we can use suggested. He suggested that we should leave the bag at hotel. Similarly, here this let's is used for suggestion. Some simple situations are there which can express different situations. Let him or them is used to express command or order. and in the same way we have changed that. We can only change these very reported verbs and other changes will remain same. Instead of suggested, it will be commanded or ordered as per the situation. Like these, let's is also used in the imperative sentences. So these are all the different kinds of the formations which we have learnt as per the different types of the sentences. Please do write these rules and regulations in your notebooks and do revise it by solving different examples on your exercise itself, and kindly solve your assignments. Thank you.